My name is Andrew Schranck. I'm a rising fifth year in the CEAS department as well. So leadership comes in many forms. Some people seek out leadership, while in some cases leadership finds unsuspecting individuals, and there are many variations in between. Whatever the case, for many of us, it is imperative that we intentionally cultivate skills that will translate into effective and ethical leadership for when such opportunities arise, and surely they will arise. The leadership journey is one that is ongoing throughout our lives, and which I personally am now much more prepared to engage with thanks to the self-awareness I have gained through the EL STEM program. I believe the myriad of formats and settings through which we developed our leadership tools throughout EL STEM have us or leave us with no excuses when it comes to critically approaching not only our professional careers but also our personal lives. And leaving ethical individuals just waiting to translate that knowledge, dare I say wisdom, into positively impacting leadership. I've become increasingly self-aware over the last year thanks to the diversity of content and platforms to engage with in this program. From EL STEM, two big takeaways I've had are identification of my personal strengths and weaknesses and a set of tools, including a group of well-informed colleagues that I can now recruit to help me navigate the world more practically and strategically than I could have 15 months ago. The importance of identifying and clearly communicating values and purpose in order to lead most effectively is one of my biggest lessons learned from this program. It carried with me throughout the program, and it has become very apparent in my personal and professional life. I have come to realize values are very difficult to consciously prioritize for a C-type person such as myself, when there are about a zillion things that one could tag as our values. I don't think it is the end-all be-all to have just 5 or exactly 5 or 5 well-defined core values, but I think it is more important that we can articulate what is important to us and what gives us purpose so that we can understand the impact that we have had, the impact that we are currently having, and the impact that we want to have going forward, both as a leader and even at times as a follower. Understanding ourselves and what gives us purpose helps us prepare to be exemplars for things like leadership and integrity, communication, accountability, teamwork, and service. I believe graduate student leadership training provides students with a competitive edge as we move forward with our studies and our careers. It pushes us to think about our role in professional settings in new ways and to consciously reflect on how we can be the best versions of ourselves. The skill sets and qualities of great leaders, which we have exhaustively learned about in EL STEM, are quite palatable and often seem to be quite common sense, but they are not necessarily easy to implement and hone in everyday life without intentionality and accountability. I believe self-awareness and critical, honest reflection go a long way. Before EL STEM, I wanted to seek out positions of leadership, specifically in the form of management. Through this program, I have reaffirmed my desire to be a leader, as well as how much room I have to grow in areas like succinct communication, patience, and empathy. As I have navigated through this program, I have come to the conclusion that stereotypical leadership is difficult to define, and the thought seems a bit nearsighted because leaders come in so many unique packages. And let's not forget, this program has been about ethical leadership. Not all leadership should be praised or emulated, but I know this group is well prepared to act boldly in the face of tough decisions, and we are ready to take on all those blind spots and crucial conversations and values-based discussions in the workplace. I am personally prepared to frame leadership in a way that fits my personality, my qualities, and my style going forward with a frame of mind that is aware, above all, and ready to adapt as needed to ethically act for the best interests of those that I lead. I am ever grateful to my peers for their candid demeanor throughout this course. It was certainly a safe space where we could be vulnerable together and grow as a group. Though our leadership journeys will be unique as we pursue various paths after EL STEM, I believe our experience over the past year has forged a network of dedicated individuals who are committed to being a force for good in our leadership and ethical conduct in the spaces that we will inhabit during our careers. As a participant now in both this SRR program, the Social Responsibilities of Researchers, and the EL STEM programs, I feel prepared to face ethics, leadership, and communication with an enhanced sense of zeal and passion. The programs were mentally and psychologically challenging at times in ways I greatly appreciate and in ways that have enhanced my PhD experience beyond science engineering research that I do. Without this program, I likely would not have had the time nor the opportunity to learn so much about myself and to enhance my graduate education in a way that is so unique and profound for students who spend most of our time studying something that is much more discipline specific and not related to the soft skills that we learned in EL STEM. I would like to thank my advisor for supporting my participation in this program, John, Kate, and Mark for their patience and encouragement throughout this process, and the rest of the cohort for your honesty, openness, and support of one another as we navigated each aspect of the program. And lastly, to all the stakeholders at Notre Dame who have taken part in the planning and execution of this program. Thank you.